The word hero is being thrown around a lot right now, because like, am I really a hero for doing what I would have been doing anyway?
Hope wants her mum back, and Ava needs to be cured of her quantum phasing. So let's look into how the differences of the pictures by using these characters.
No, I am not. However, one person who I believe is deserving of the title, especially because of how underappreciated she is Allison Jones. Allison Jones is a casting director with 128 credits to her name, and it's so high because she's been doing this since 1985, and every time she gets it right and keeps hitting balls out of the park. Chances are at least one of your favorite films or TV shows is massively due to her and you haven't even realized. Alright, let's get the biggest one out of the gate first. She was the casting director for The Office US, which is like, come on, that's one of the best casted TV shows ever made. Steve Carell is Michael Scott, Rainn Wilson is Dwight Schrute, Jenna Fisher is Pam Beesly, to the point that she got no other significant acting roles after The Office ended. Allison Jones had a huge hand in creating literally the most iconic TV show ever, and she was also responsible for casting the first seasons of Parks and Recreation, which is essentially the same. Nick Offerman is genuinely Ron Swanson. She was also responsible for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which has a great cast of characters, mostly, and to kick off the Michael Schur shows, she also did The Good Place, which is one of the most perfectly casted TV shows I've ever seen. She was the casting director for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and well, Will Smith is literally Will Smith. She also did Boy Meets World, which although Ben Savage isn't the best in the first two seasons, Ryder Strong is basically the archetype for the cool guy, and William Daniels, Russ, and Friedel all perfectly encapsulate what their characters are supposed to be. She did half of the series Love, which is honestly one of the best Netflix shows, and it's a shame it didn't get much attention while it was airing and even after it. She was also the casting director for Arrested Development, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Freaks and Geeks. I haven't seen any of those, but people say they're great, so let's just say that's due to her. Moving on to films, she did most of the Judd Apatow films, such as 40-Year-Old Virgin, which is great, Knocked Up, which is but you can't deny that Heigl and Rogan are literally those characters. She did Bridesmaids, which I haven't seen, but maybe you have. She did This Is 40, which, you know, Paul Rudd is carried over from Knocked Up, Jason Segel was good as his character, and John Lithgow was wonderful, but everyone is just Apatow's family. So she did Sky High, which I haven't seen since I was little, but it has Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it and Kurt Russell, so I assume that she did a good job. She did Hot Rod and Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping. I haven't seen the latter one, but the former one is well done. She did Superbad, which is really well casted to the point that it basically cursed Jonah Hill and definitely Christopher Mintz-Plass's careers, and Michael Cera plays Michael Cera. He also plays Michael Cera in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, one of my all-time favorite films, and yes, most of that is due to Edgar Wright's phantasmic directing, but every actor's performance in this film is so fucking good to the point that I think I love all of them. Some standouts are Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Ramona, Ellen Wong as Knives Chow, Alison Pill as Kim, Kieran Culkin as Wallace, Aubrey Plaza as Aubrey Plaza, literally everyone. Even Anna Kendrick. I don't even like Anna Kendrick, but I love her in this. It would still be a great film without this cast, but it would be maybe 30% less good, as it definitely wouldn't be anywhere near as iconic. And this is all due to Allison Jones. Another absolute favourite of mine is Booksmart. Olivia Wilde and Allison Jones worked really closely together to get this film casted, to get people that on surface level would come off as a stereotype, but when you say they're not, you can believe that. Also, Caitlin Dever is fantastic. She's just one of the best rising actors, and Beanie Feldstein is just so goddamn good. She was also great in Lady Bird. Greta Gerwig was quite lucky to get Saoirse Ronan, who is amazing, but other than that, Laurie Metcalf and Tracy Letts just absolutely dissolved into those characters and portrayed them so well. Also, Timmy Boy. She also did the A24 film Mid-90s, which is really good. She and Jonah Hill actually casted pro skaters in the film, and they could actually act. I mean, how do you have such good judgment where you look at someone and go, yeah, they should play the character fuck shit, and actually be right, like what? Now moving on to the films of hers that I haven't seen. She did the A24 film, 8th Grade, which everyone says is the most marvelous film ever, and that Elsie Fisher is great. The other guys, Kubo and the Two Strings, Missing Link, The Campaign, Daddy's Home, Spy, Get Hard, Tammy, Ghostbusters 2016? Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be a yikes from me. There's a bunch of other films that she was instrumental in making, but I didn't mention as I didn't know what to say. Paranorman, Paul, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, I Love You Man, The Dictator, and Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked are some of them. Yeah, so pretty much give her the love that she deserves. Give all casting directors the love they deserve, because sadly their work always goes unnoticed, and it's typically thrown onto the actor or director, which sucks because they have one of the most important roles when it comes to making a film. They can make or break a film. But in the case of Allison Jones, she's made up Hollywood's bones. Think of it like Hulk in Endgame, where he brings everyone back, but Tony gets all the credit even though he didn't have to do what he did. Hulk is Allison Jones and Tony is the director or actor. Damn, first I'm spitting bars and now I'm being metaphorical? Damn, man. Talent.